Better relationships happen when you start taking responsibility and stop worrying about what other people are doing. Okay, here's the thing. Anytime somebody is doing something you don't like, this could be romantic relationships, coworkers, whatever, it's really just reflective of you. All right. The only reason you don't like it is because it's something wrong with you generally. Okay. And anytime we see something that we don't like, let's use that as a catalyst for um, growth for ourselves. Okay. Let's just use a perfect example here. Instead of focusing on what everyone else is doing, what they did wrong, and blaming other people for stuff, we need to start taking responsibility for our own actions, okay? Now, Anakin Skywalker failed at that. That's why he lost Padme, that baddie. He lost that baddie. He fumbled the bag, okay? Why did he fumble the bag? All right? You turned her against me! You've done that yourself, Anakin. Guess what? He was so consumed, he thought that Obi-Wan turned her against him, but turned out that he did it himself. Why? Because he didn't work on being the best version of himself. He was worried about what other people were doing. And he was hyper-focused not on being the best version of himself, not on growing as a person, not as what can I do to be better? How can I use this situation to be the best version of myself? How can I overcome this obstacle, this character flaw that they have? How can I use that to shape my own character and become a better version of myself? All right. When we start focusing on questions like that, okay, well, if this person's acting this way, is there anything that I could have done better? The more we focus on that, we become better, and then that person that we're dealing with is forced to become better, or we are forced to deal with it. Sometimes people just get out of control and they just start acting all crazy or whatever. And if you just learn to have higher emotional intelligence, we wouldn't have to deal with crazy people because you know how to handle that. A lot of the times when somebody's acting out, you can actually solve that problem by being grounded and emotionally intelligent, okay? So if you want to have better relationships, here is the key. Focus on ourselves. When we see something that other people do not like, when we see something in other people that we do not like, let's use that as a catalyst for growth for ourselves. I wonder if there's things that I do that they don't like. I can be the better person, especially if you're a man and you want to be the leader here. Sometimes what happens in relationships, you have this tension. Okay, you do something that they don't like. Now they're like, well, they're doing something that I don't like. No, I'm going to act this way. And they're frustrated. And here's the thing. It's like, okay, well, here's the deal. Like, I noticed that you're acting out. What's going on? And then they're like, well, you're doing this. Okay, well, guess what? This isn't about me being good or not. It's about, hey, let's get this shit figured out, okay? And so all you got to do is say, okay, so when I do that, that makes you react. Okay, awesome. Hey, thanks for telling me that. I'm going to do a better job, and I'm going to not do that because I obviously see that it makes you frustrated. And guess what? Because I took my eyes off blaming the other person and I said, oh, okay, so that person responds this way when I act that way, I'll just stop doing that, okay? When we just humble ourselves and stop trying to be an ego maniac and winning the battle, we can have better relationships, okay? Let's not blame the other person. Let's blame ourselves. You always want to blame yourself. That's a good rule of thumb. A good rule of thumb. Blame yourself and you'll have better relationships. Blame yourself and then overcome what that problem is. Okay, that person is acting out because it's something I did wrong. All right? I'm not going to wait for them to be a better person. I'm going to be a better person today. And I think that little mindset is going to help you have better relationships. Have a wonderful day.